Today we're talking Poe and BB-8, the best star pilot and droid in the galaxy.
Impressive. Every word of what you just said was wrong.
What? It's really hard to understand you, what with all the apparatus. Let's get to the bottom of this. Hello all, I'm Josh, this is Josh Builds Stuff, and of course I'm only kidding about that best pilot and droid thing. Everyone knows the best are really Luke and R2, or maybe Han and R2, or maybe Anakin and R2. Well, I guess the best pilot title is up for debate, but we can all agree on one thing: R2, best droid, hands down. Today, of course, we're talking about the Resistance X-Wing set, but not the big version. This is the 4+ version, previously the LEGO Juniors line. This set just came out in March 2021, only contains 60 pieces and costs $20 here in the US. This being a 4+ set, and me having just discovered that my 3.5-year-old can build these sets almost completely on his own, I bought this set so that him and I could do just that. As you would expect, this build was overly simple because it was designed to be built by children, and my 3.5-year-old had no problem putting this together, though he did have a little trouble staying focused and not getting distracted by playing with the minifigures, but I don't think that's LEGO's fault. I think that's just the fault of being a 3.5-year-old. The only real thing of note about this build is that there is at least one very big, impressive piece. Not unsurprising for a lot of these Juniors builds, but this entire X-Wing is built on the base of like one long boat-like piece. I think it appeared in at least one other X-Wing Juniors build. Maybe that piece is rare or harder to produce, and maybe that helps drive the price of this set up just a little. When the build is complete, this set kinda leaves a bit to be desired. Obviously, discounting the fact that this is a 4+ set, it's designed for kids, not for adults like myself. Even so, this set only comes with a single ship and 2 minifigures, if you can even call BB-8 a minifigure. The minifigures may be the best part about this set, of course. We get the famous star pilot Pot Remainer, as well as his droid companion BB-8. I'm calling him Pot because my kid, who helped me build this set, is also currently learning to read phonetically, and when we put the box in front of him and we say, "What does that word say?" when he points to Poe Dameron, he says, Pot Remainer. So, close enough in this case. And what's that other guy's name?
Pot. There's the first word I said pot and it was right.
What's the second word?
Remainer.
Pot Remainer?
Yeah, Pot Remainer.
Okay, so this is BB-8 and Pot Remainer, and what ship are they flying?
X-Wing.
That's right. He's only 3.5, cut him some slack. This set comes with a BB-8 minifigure, which kids are obviously always excited to get more of. However, I don't think this entire set is worth it just for that figure, and I don't think it's a unique version of BB-8 in any case. Of course, we also get the famous Pot Remainer, one of the best star pilots in the galaxy, maybe not the best. However, I don't think this is a new version of Pot. I think this is the same version that we got in The Force Awakens, but his helmet does still have that Arabesh, which translates to like Roy Hall or something. We don't actually know what that is a reference to. The best theory is that it is referring to a prop maker's name from The Force Awakens, but if any of you are Arabesh experts or have theories on what that Arabesh may mean, then let me know in the comments down below. So the minifigures here are okay, but again, not unique. The ship itself is also okay. But as for the set as a whole, I kind of wish there was more. What I mean is, I wish there was at least one other minifigure or one other little accessory build, which we've gotten in other 4+ sets. There'd be like a little turret or a cannon and a stormtrooper included, and then you can kind of have this battle between these two elements. In this case, we only have this one ship, and don't get me wrong, it looks enough like an X-Wing to convince a 4-year-old, but it still, like I said, leaves a bit to be desired. I ain't gonna get into the nitpicky details of like, oh, this barely looks like a Resistance X-Wing compared to a regular X-Wing, because the entire thing consists of like 50 pieces, so let's not get too nitpicky here. Obviously this is a set designed for kids, not designed for me, and for a kid it's fine, but I do, like I said, I wish there was some other way that a kid could play with it besides just opening the X-Wings and then flying it around. There's nothing to shoot, there's no spring shooters, there's no stud shooters. Poe Dameron just has a regular old blaster, which again, as an adult, I'm fine with, but kids, they would like a little more. Even in the Tauntaun and AT-AT microfighters we just built, each of those figures gets a stud shooter so the kids can at least shoot those at each other, but this set, it just flies. That's all it does, which I guess you would expect out of an X-Wing, but like I said, a kid wants a little more. Something a lot of you out there might be wondering is, why does this set cost $20, especially for its size and the figures that come with it? It just doesn't seem worth it. Well, I have some theories. First, this price is pretty common for other 4+ sets. That just seems to be where LEGO is comfortable putting that price. I think it might be because they often have to produce large, oversized pieces like the base of this set or like the whole bottom of the snowspeeder in another case, and maybe those larger pieces tend to drive the price up a little bit. Combine that with some of that IP tax making these Star Wars sets, maybe that all trickles down to us. My other theory is that LEGO is marking up the price of quality time that you could be spending as a father and a son, or a mother and a daughter, or any combination of parent and kid, and everyone knows that quality time is priceless. And so maybe LEGO is tugging at our heartstrings a little bit, taking advantage of that, and knowing that we would pay just about anything to spend a little quality time building LEGO with our kids. But I tell you what, I'd pay way more than $20 just to have the chance to build one more LEGO set with my dad, or to even just see him again. And hopefully I will see him again, and my mom. They just live in Georgia, but due to COVID and our current unprecedented times, I have not been able to for some time. So just keep wearing masks and distancing and stuff. We're almost at the end of this thing. Vaccines are rolling out. Just stay safe for a little bit longer, and I'll be able to have my parents come to my house. And then I'll finally get to see their faces again, and see their faces of disappointment when they see how many new LEGO sets I have bought as an adult. Just remember, kids, you're never too old to disappoint your parents. So overall, this set is absolutely worth it for a certain very specific audience. For most of you out there, for adults or just other mature builders or people who are buying sets for themselves, you can skip this set. For people who have kids and want to build with their kids, especially younger kids who are learning and just being introduced to new LEGO, these 4+ sets are great. For the rest of you, don't worry about it. Spend 20 bucks on something else. But as always, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Special thanks to John, my dad. John builds stuff without whom I would not be here. And of course, our special guest today, Pa Remainer. Again, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.